Hello, hello, hello. Welcome again to the second part of our infosec event calendar, aka Advent of Cyber 2024. A bit later than yesterday, but that's not the case. We need to start solving day 2. It's the most wonderful time of the year again, and it's also the most stressful day for our security operations team. Despite the overwhelming alerts generated by the new and noisy rules deployed, Warville SOC analysts have been processing them non-stop to ensure the safety of the town. However, the SOC analysts are now burning out of all the workload needed before Christmas. Numerous open cases are still pending and some alerts are still firing repeatedly, making them think of the possibility of false positives out of all this mess. Now, how the awesome Warville SOC team analyze the alerts to determine whether the rumor is true. Mayor malware is instigating chaos within the town. Alright, so where after Mayor malware again, today we'll be focusing on log analysis and how to detect false positives. In SOC, events from different devices are sent to CM, which is the single source of truth where all the information events are aggregated. CM is Security Information and Event Management, a system that used to aggregate security information in the form of logs, alerts, facts, and events. Alright, certain rules, detection engineering rules, are defined to identify malicious or suspicious activity from these events. If an event or set of events fulfills the conditionals of a rule, it triggers an alert. An SOC analyst then analyzes the alert to identify if the alert is a true positive or false positive, TPF or FPF. An alert is considered a TP if it contains actual malicious activity. On the flip side, if the target alert triggers because of an activity that's not actually malicious, it's considered an FP. This might seem very simple in theory, but practically separating TPs from FPs can be a tedious job. Sometimes it becomes very confusing to differentiate between an attacker and system administrator. That looks bad. Yeah, it's good. Making a decision. While it's confusing to differentiate between TPs and FPs, it's very crucial to get it right. If a TP is falsely classified as FP, it can lead to significant impact from a missed cyber attack. If an FP is falsely classified as TP, precious time will be spent focusing on the FP, which might lead to less focus on actual attack. So, how exactly do we ensure that we perform this crucial job effectively? We can use below pointers to guide us. I scroll that again. Yeah. The SOC has a superpower. When they are unsure whether an activity is performed by a malicious actor or legitimate user, they can just confirm with the user. This privilege is not available to the attacker, a SOC analyst. On the other hand, can just send an email or call the relevant person to get confirmation of a certain activity. In mature organizations, any change that might trigger an alert in the SOC often require change requests to be completed and approved through the ID change management process. That's actually a clever solution. I would have never thought about that. Depending on the process, the SOC team can ask the user to share change request details for confirmation. Surely, if it's a legitimate and approved activity, it must have an approved change request. While it might seem like using the SOC superpower makes things super easy, it's not always the case. There are cases which can act as kryptonite to the SOC superpower. First, the organization doesn't have a change request policy process in place. Yeah, if performed activity was outside of the scope of the change request or was different from data approved, the activity triggered an alert such as copying files to some location, uploading a file to some website, or a failed login to a system. An insider threat performed an activity they are not authorized to perform, whether unintentionally or intentionally. User performed a malicious activity via social engineering crime threat actor. Yeah, so superpower sometimes can be broken. In such scenarios, it's very important for the SOC analyst to understand the context of the activity and make a judgment call based on their analytical skills and security knowledge. While doing so, the analyst can look at the past behavior of the user or the prevalence of certain events or artifacts throughout the organization or a certain department. For example, if a certain user in the network team is using Wireshark, there is a chance that other users from the same team also use Wireshark. However, if Wireshark seen on a machine belonging to someone from HR and finance should rightfully raise some eyebrows. Yeah, I can't imagine some HR lady using Wireshark to monitor traffic. When building a context, the analyst must correlate different events to make a story or a timeline. Correlation entails using the past and future events to recreate a timeline of events. When performing correlation, it's important to note those certain important artifacts that can be used to connect the dots. These important artifacts can be IP addresses, machine names, usernames, hashes, file paths, etc. Correlation requires a lot of hypothesis creation and ensuring that the evidence supports the hypothesis. A hypothesis can be something like the user downloaded malware from a spoofed domain. The evidence to support can be proxy logs that support the hypothesis that the website was visited. Website use a spoofed domain name and certain was downloaded from that website. Now let's say we want to identify whether the malware executed for some vulnerability in an application or a user intentionally executed the malware. To see that, we might look at the present process or parent process of the malware and command line parameters used to execute the said malware. If the parent process is Windows Explorer, we can assume the user executed malware intentionally, or they might have been tricked into executing it via social engineering. But if parent process is a web browser or a word processor, we can assume that malware was not intentionally executed, but executed because of a vulnerability in this set application. Now, is it TP or an FP? Similar to every SOC, the analysts in Warewheel also differentiate TPs from FPs. This becomes especially difficult for them near Christmas when the analysts face alert fatigue. High chance of misclassification of TPs into FPs and vice versa are present in such times. The analysts, therefore, appreciate any help they could get from us in this crucial time. To make matters worse, the office of the mayor has sent the analysts the alert informing them of multiple encoded PowerShell commands run on their system. Perhaps we can help with that. Alright, I need a VM, but there's a direct link to it. Let's start it. Use Elastic. I've heard about it in a while, but yeah. I think I used it once and got pretty lost. But yeah, this time it's a great time to refresh the knowledge. You need 50 seconds for it to deploy. We can now read a little bit as well. We can read questions now, so we can find what we really need to find. Some cyber chef, alright. What's the name of the account causing all the failed login attempts? How many login attempts were observed? What's the IP address of glitch? When did glitch successfully log on to ADM01? Format, yeah, month, day, year, hour, minute, second, What's the decoded command executed by glitch to fix the systems of Warewheel? If you enjoyed the task, please check out this complete on this one. And maybe we can ask this guy. Yeah. What is the machine IP? Machine IP is... Alright. Let's copy. We hide you right now. And coming back here, let's open this in browser. This will be Sting PH MLFs. And I wonder also whether like this, yeah, it won't work. So let's just run the domain. I'm to the VPN, everything's fine. Do I have to be? Yes, is direct link available? Yes, I need to start the VM today. But gateway, as always. I got this 502 a while ago. Will this work now? Alright, it works. Let's go. Once you log in, we can click the menu in the top left and go to the Discover tab to see the events. Let's log in. Loading Elastic. Yeah, that's the problem of the VMs, that they run really slow, and because they have limited resources, the processor CPU looks like this. And yeah, Elastic. and login. Not now, no thank you. We're in the Elastic. Where do we have to go? To the Discover tab to see some events. According to alerts by Mayor's office, the activity occurred on December 1st, 2024 between 0900 and 93. We can set this as our whole time window by clicking the time frame settings in the upper right corner. Now that we need to click the Absolute tab and set the exact time frame we want to view. Lastly, click the Update button to apply the changes. So this is the first one, then we click Absolute, choose what we can. Yeah, so let's go here. Here, Discover. Now we go Show Dates, view the calendar. Yes, the calendar. Okay, clicking the time frame settings, upper right corner. Oh, where is this? Right is here. Here, Absolute. December 1st, 23. It's 9, right? Up until Absolute 1st of December, 9:30. Lastly, click the Apply button to apply the changes. Click Apply button, update. And yes, we have 21 hits. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Yes, we have 21 matches. In their current form, these events don't look very readable. We can use the fields in the left pane to add columns to the result and make them more readable. Hovering on the field name in the left pane will allow adding the field to a column as shown below. Since we are looking for events in PowerShell, we would like to know the following details about the logs. Hostname, user who performed. Let's start with hostname. Hostname is start with. Then we can username. Username. Then there is event category. Event category here. So the actual commands run, process command line, process command line, there it is, and the event outcome to know the result. Log, it's not the event log, but it will be up, event outcome. Success. Alright, all the things are success, we have the commands. That's exactly what we see. It's interesting, so it looks like someone ran the same encoded PowerShell command on multiple machines. That's right. Yes, it's 06, 05, 4, and more. This activity is observed individually on each machine, and the time difference between the login and PowerShell commands looks very precise. Yeah, it's like literally every 10 seconds, roughly. But practices the TryHackMe accounts are used for any kind of administrative activity, so there is an accountability and attribution for each administrative activity performed. The usage of generic admin account here also seems suspicious. On asking, the analysts inform us that this account is used by 2 administrators who are not in the office when this activity occurred. Something is definitely right. Are there some glitch shenanigans? Is Christmas in danger? We need to find who ran these commands. Let's also add source zip, not IP. Dang it. I spent too much time on side quests. Alright, they all come from the same IP, 10.0.11.11. At least I see. Yep. Since the source IP field is only available for the authentication events, we can filter out the process events to see if there is a pattern. To do that, we can hover over event category field into one of the process events. We will see the option to filter only for this value plus sign, or filter out this value minus sign. Let's filter for authentication, that's in plus. Alright, with category. Filter for value. And it all comes from the same IP address. As a result, we can see that output only renders authentication events, since there doesn't give us useful insights. Let's remove it for now. Alright, amazing. Let's remove it. Now it will remove everything, and let's just maybe not even category. Alright, let's remove this. Since the timer we previously used was for PowerShell events, and the authentication event might have been coming from before that, we'll need to expand the search to understand the context of the historical events of this user. Let's see if we have any events from 29th November to 1st of December. To look like this. Remember to remove the event category filter before this step. Yes, I removed the filter. Let's now go back and sort 29th. Let's start with O, as it is there. O 2, but up until the end. 2330, yep, update. We should now have more. Yeah, almost 8,000, over 8,000 hits. That's interesting. I got more than 8,000 hits and someone here got 6,000. Let's hope it will not disturb us. Spike it along more count at the events in these 3 days, and we see a spike at the event. However, even though we use the time filter off for the day, and on 1st of December, we see no events after successful partial execution. There have also been more authentication events in the previous days than on the 1st of December. To understand the events folder, let's filter out username with service admin and source IP with 11. Alright. Let's add this to our value. Alright, first one added. And the second one, the filter for value. It's loading, yeah, I see. Like a virtual machine burning. Feel it. Right. So that became filtered. Now it's time for IP address. Save your session. Research is taking a while. Yeah, I don't really. I need to wait for now. We can read it further. Looks like all these events have been coming from the same user and the same IP address. We definitely need to investigate further. This also doesn't explain the spike. Let's filter for the authentication events based on the plus. Alright. Comes from the same IP address, same username. It's all the way here, it's all the authentication requests. That's for sure. Let's add this to category. Now let's filter source IP, so we can see if we can find the IP that caused the spike. This can be done by the minus besides it. Yes. Let's unfilter this. After applying the filters, the expected result will be similar to the image below. Right, everything is good. And yes, we see the spike here from some other IP 202551. Scrolling down, we see many events for failed log. You'll see that the address for the spike and 255.1 differs from the one we saw from the events continuously coming in the previous days. The analyst had previously investigated this and found a script with expired credentials was causing this issue. However, that script was updated with a fresh set of credentials. Anyhow, this might just be another script. Let's find out. Let's remove the source IP filter so we can focus on the authentication events close to the spike. After applying new filter, we see that the failed log stopped, a little while after the successful login of the new IP. Username service line category of session. We have the answer for one. Let's scroll down and submit it. What's the name of the account causing all the failed login attempts? Is it this one? It's 02551. How many failed login attempts were observed? Let's filter by failure. Let's remove this and analyze by failure. This will take a while. What's the name of the account causing all the failed login attempts? It's service admin. Service admin. Yes. Filter for value. It's no, I didn't want success. I want not success. I want failure. However weird it may sound. Quick reflection, I need to add more RAM to this machine, or another CPU core. It's 8300. 8301. Failed login attempts. Maybe we'll have it somewhere here. We are here, alright, maybe we'll find someone. Let's remove this IP so we can focus on authentication events closer to the spike. So we need to have these two, service admin authentication. Alright, so let's click this. Am I in the correct time span? Yes, 99, 2024, December 1st, 2400. December 1, yes, I'm correct time span, so I guess something must have been wrong. And our suspicions are rising. It seems that someone tried a brute force attack on December 1st, shown by the sample applied above. Same thing applied above. Yeah, someone tried it here. The results also show that this had succeeded with a brute force attempt because of the successful authentication attempt and quickly run some PowerShell commands that on the affected machines. Once the PowerShell commands were run, we didn't see any further login attempts. This looks like a TP. Yeah. There needs to be an escalation so that MaxKD can help us respond to this incident. Alright, so now we have found that these hits are actually true positive, so we need to mitigate it. The alarms have gone off. MaxKD has been called to help take this incident further. The analysts have briefed MaxKD about the incident. MaxKD observed that nobody actually looked at what PowerShell command contained. Since the command was encoded, it needs to be decoded. MaxKD changed the filters with event category process to take a deeper look at PowerShell commands. Event category, yeah, it won't be authentication, but it will be... Let me try to find the process. And I truly believe that my machine won't blow up. In the meantime, yes, so let's have process here. Looks like it's the same command, so I'm gonna click it. Field. Yes, that's exactly this. And is it right? Yep, it is right. MaxKD knows that the encoded PowerShell commands are generally base 64 encoded and can be decoded using tools such as CyberChef. Yeah. Chef. For I and wait, let load. It'll take a while. Since the command might contain some sensitive information and therefore must be submitted on my portal, MaxKD spins up her own instance of CyberChef locally. Start by pasting the encoded part of the command in the input pane in CyberChef. I'm gonna be MaxKD, and yeah, I'm going to just do it in the internet version. This is something. Note that MaxKitty configured code text to UTF-16LE since it's encoding used by the PowerShell for base 64. Alright. It was the code text. Code text. Was used, not. It was this one. Install Windows Update to accept all auto reboot. The result proved a sigh of relief to MaxKitty, feared that crisps have been ruined. Someone had come in to help MaxKitty and the team rescue their defenses. But who? This is actually what I've seen the command, the glitch used. So let's copy this quickly and paste it here. When did glitch successfully log into? Yeah. MaxKitty further analyzed the history here and came to a startling revelation. The credentials for the script in the machines run the Windows updates were updated. Some brute force the systems and fixed the credentials after successfully logging in. This was evident from the fact that each executed PowerShell command was preceded by a successful login from the same website, causing failed logins over the past few days. And what's even more startling was Glitch, who accessed ADM01 and fixed the credentials after MaxKitty confirmed who owned the IP address. Success, so let's search for admin01. Yeah. Host name. Is there somewhere 01 admin01? Yep. Let's search for it. Yeah, that's this one. It's this thing as well. Let's wait for a second. This man and people of Warville had misunderstood Glitch, who was just trying to help shore up defense. But if Glitch was the one helping defenses, who was trying to sabotage? Was it the mayor who informed the associate about these suspicious PowerShell commands? Just like alerts aren't always what they seem in a SOC, so was the case here at Warville with people. As hard as it was to differentiate TP and FP, so was the case with Mayor and Glitch. However, MaxKitty can perhaps use the evidence-based detection skills learned in SOC to make this difference easier for people of Warville. Alright, we now have to find failed login attempts and when did Glitch log into it. We have authentication success. Yes, that's this thing. And I guess this is the command, so let's just copy it and paste here. I missed the D. December 1st, 2024, 04, yes. Select the category event, failed to authentication and even outcome to fail. Let's maybe, first of all, not this and not this. Let's start with this thing. There's also some Windows credentials, blah blah blah. Alright. We had authentication. Purely. And we also need to then add event outcome failure. Then it should return us the hits number, which will be the answer. Failure is here, let's click it. Filter for value. And Elastic's gonna load a while as well. It's failure, it's 8301. But it was not 8301 because only failed login attempts were observed. We are off by something. Let's take a look for a while. Alright, I found the answer. It's 6791. How did I do it? Because for some reason in our Elastic instance, instead of 6000 something, we've got over 8000 hits. I wanted to try something different, so first I checked for how many success event outcomes are there, which was 11. Then compared it to this screenshot, where we see that both failure and success were 6,802, and then just subtracted 11 from this number, and that's how I got it. So yeah, another challenge is ready, done and dusted. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my fairly long walkthrough. Sub to my channel, leave a like, and see you tomorrow with another day of cybersecurity and encounter. Cheers!